Now, a good majority of you who are taking this workshop are first responders. You are doctors, nurses, EMTs, social workers, but you could also be any other type of job that requires PPE, personal protective equipment. Now, if you look at this slide of dangerous jobs, what do all of them have in common? Now, I already gave you the answer. Because their job is dangerous, they're required to wear personal protective equipment, otherwise known as PPE. The next slide shows that physical safety and wellness is taken very, very seriously. You can't go across any workplace today without seeing one of these signs, especially now with COVID, make sure you wear your mask, but also the normal PPE that goes along with your job. And a lot of times you'll see signs up that says, hey, we went these many days without a physical injury. Protecting your physical body with protective equipment is taken very seriously. So how did this happen? Well, OSHA was enacted in the early 70s, and I'm not going to go into all of OSHA and how it was formed and what are all the laws. But what I want you to pay close attention to is the quote of what OSHA is supposed to do. OSHA is supposed to eliminate injuries in the workplace by all of these laws, by all of these regulations. That's what they're supposed to be doing. But is that the truth? Does what OSHA mandates in terms of PPE, does it really protect first responders? Physically? Yes. But what about mentally? What about your emotional health? What about your spiritual wellness, your energetic wellness? Does OSHA protect against that? So my question to you is PPE good enough? Is all of the personal protective equipment that first responders and anyone else with a dangerous job, is it good enough? Does it really protect you from all the injuries? Well, the reason why you're taking this course is because you've uncovered no, it does not protect you against mental injuries, mental trauma. It does not protect your emotional well-being. That stuff goes right through PPE. And these are just some of the statistics because they're not protected against emotional trauma, against what they have to deal with in terms of the stress every single day. Last bit for the numbers, this is from a colleague of ours in the UK that shows because they have a body of governance that is similar to OSHA, you can see there has been a steady decline of workplace-related injuries, specifically physical workplace-related injuries have gone down over many years. But why this graph is so important is it also shows the mental injuries that are happening in the workplace are increasing steadily over the same time that physical injuries are reduced. So why is this important? Because they're dealing with the same exact thing that we're dealing with over here, having a stressful job and burnout. That's affecting us the same way. That's why there's been so much news about first responders and secondary PTSD, compassion, fatigue, and burnout. So my question to you again is there PPE that can protect you against mental trauma? First responders, teachers, social workers, victim services, anybody with a stressful job, the post office, any type of customer service, they're dealing with very aggravated, sad, anxious, difficult customers every single day. And it's their job to help those customers. Is there any type of PPE that will protect your mental well-being? That's my question. Or does what happens out there, the stress, the horrible situations that your clients are going with, does it go right through that physical PPE and burn itself into the back of your head? This is why this material, this course that you're about to learn is so important. It's because we wanted to show you what happens when you let all of that in. Is it that your boat has taken on too much water and is sinking? Have you hoarded so much stuff that you can't move around comfortably anymore? Are you anchored down to your past? Is it that you're carrying around your experiences like rocks in a backpack every single day? Because number one, no one ever told you that you weren't supposed to. Number two, you don't know how to protect yourself. So this entire course is about what we're calling mental PPE, mental personal protective equipment. So what's the difference between personal or mental PPE and what they have right now? Well, after many conversations with first responders, police, firefighters, they say, yeah, well, they have post-incident counseling. And I said, really? Well, let me make an analogy out of what they call post-incident counseling. So if you're a firefighter and you forget to put on your gloves and you say, my hand is burnt, they're going to look at you and say, aren't you a firefighter? Why weren't you wearing your glove? Well, if you're dealing with a difficult situation on a daily basis and you say, I'm fried, I'm burnt out, I've got all this weight in the world, I'm mentally, I call it scrambled eggs, okay, from that stuff burning into your head, they say, let's talk about it after the fact. Now, that's not what happened when somebody burnt their hand. They don't just say, you burnt your hand. Oh, okay. No, they're going to say, where was your personal protective equipment? Proactively protecting against injury. PPE is proactively protecting you against injury. Firefighters don't get their hands burnt because they have protective gear. Police, doctors, anybody we saw on that slide with dangerous jobs has personal PPE. They're expected to proactively protect themselves. The methodology in this workshop is to proactively protect your mental well-being. Yes, proactively, not after the fact, I'm injured, let's go talk about it. No, the material in this course will teach you to proactively plug the leaks in your boat, bail the water out of the boat so you can go along rowing your boat or sailing your boat comfortably. It'll teach you to clear out your mind. Clear it out so all of those things that are cluttering you are not making your life stressful like you're in a hoarder's house, so you can walk around effortlessly. It will tell you to let go of those anchors that are anchoring into your past and weighing you down proactively. You're going to learn how to search for those and how to get rid of those. And we're going to proactively tell you how to take those rocks and those boulders and those monkeys and those experiences that you've been carrying, and we're going to teach you how to put them down. We're going to proactively tell you how to get rid of the stuff we're carrying around, how to be mindful of it, and we're going to teach you how to be resilient which means what's out there stays out there, and you protect yourself with a layer of resilience. We call this mental PPE, and that's why this course is important.